Welcome from Monroe Street Art Center. My name is Miss Sarah, and I'm coming to you with Valentine's Day Art Kit projects today. So, today we are making Valentine cards. So in your art kit, you're gonna have 5 different assorted Valentine cards and envelopes. Here are some of the ones that I have in my kit today. When it comes to materials, we're going to be using an assortment of materials today. Now, here are some of the materials that you might need. So you can use scissors, a tube of paint, some markers. These can also be crayons, color pencils, anything else you can use to draw, model magic, and some cool looking sponges. You might have some different shapes like a house, or a flower. I've got a star today, and I've also got a flower, and some other ones as well. You can also use cookie cutters. Now this isn't in your kit, but it's very useful, and I'll show you why later. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first Valentine's Day card we'll be making is gonna be using a bigger sheet of paper. So I'm gonna be using my yellow sheet of paper, and you can use whichever sheet of paper you actually want. It does not matter. Yours might look a little bit different from mine, and that is absolutely okay. So, first, I'm gonna be getting out my paint. So with my paint, I'm gonna be squirting some on my palette. Now, I have a palette because I'm gonna be using paint. You don't have to have a palette, or you can have a sheet of wax paper, some cardboard, or anything you want just to spread paint on. I'm gonna be using my sponge today. This sponge is a hand, and I'm just gonna be dipping it in my paint. And I'm gonna be making a sponge painted card today. So with my sponge, make sure it's dipped in paint. Then I'm gonna be taking it and I'm gonna be pressing it onto my sheet of paper. Make sure it's all pressed down. And I've got a hand. Now this one is gonna say, high five, it's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna write that on my card today. And once I've got that written down, I can either end here or I can add some more details. Now, with another color on my marker, I'm just gonna be adding some hearts. Once you've got your design down, I've added my hearts. My Valentine's is now we're gonna be making another Valentine's. You can take any sheet of paper you'd like. I'm gonna take this red piece right here. Yours may be different, and that's absolutely okay. And I'm gonna take my scissors. Now I want to cut this into a heart. I'm gonna fold my paper in half. I'm gonna take a marker or a pencil, and on the corner that is folded, not the corner that opens, the corner that's folded, I'm gonna draw 1/2 of a heart on my paper. Let me make that a little bit darker so you guys can see it. Just like this. Now once I've done that, I'm gonna cut that out. Cutting onto the lines. Awesome. I've cut that out. And now once I unfold it, I've got a heart. Now on this heart, I'm gonna take my pencil or a pen or marker, whatever you got, and I'm gonna write a cute little message on it. I'm gonna write, home is where the heart is. And on the front, I'm gonna take this home stamp that I have, and I'm gonna take my paint, and just like I did with the chili, I'm gonna make sure I get my paint all over the stamp. Gonna need some more paint there. And then I'm gonna stamp my heart. There we go. Ooh. Mine looks a little bit different. Doesn't quite look like a heart or a home, but that is absolutely okay. And now I can give this Valentine's to anyone I want. I can give it to a family member, I can give it to friends, neighbors, anyone in my community. Now once I'm done with that, I've decided that I'm gonna make some Model Magic heart stamps. Now, with the Model Magic you've got in your kit, you're gonna take it out of the bag, and you just wanna knead it, get it moving around so it's not stiff. And once you've kneaded it, you wanna knead it into a circle. Make sure you wanna take your Model Magic, knead it into a circle, and then you wanna separate it in half, roughly around the same size. You're gonna take one half, put the other half down, and you're gonna turn it into a round circle. And this round circle is gonna be the base for our stamp. And I'm gonna roll it around, and then I'm gonna flatten it a little bit because you want it to be flat on one side. Once I've got it flat, I'm gonna pick one side. I'm gonna take a carving tool that I have in my kit, and I'm gonna carve a design on it. It doesn't matter what design. You can make a heart, you can make a square, you can make a smiley face. I'm gonna make a smiley face on mine. And once you're done with that, you want to set your design stamp aside. Now with the other stamp ball that you have, that we set aside earlier, we're going to round this one out as well. Once we've rounded it out, we're going to squeeze one end into a stem. And you're going to have one long rectangular kind of end like this. And the other end's gonna be round and bulbous. Now once you've got that, you're gonna take the round end and you're gonna flatten it just a little bit. You're gonna push on it while holding the stem side. And there you've got what is gonna be your handle. You're gonna take your other stamp and then you're gonna just press it on. Make sure to be careful not to destroy your design on one side, and you'll make sure you smooth out the edges. Once you smooth out the edges, you've got a complete stamp. You've got a handle, and you've got a stamp side with a design on it. And once you're done with that, you can take the paint that you've spread onto your palette earlier, and you can dip your stamp in. Make sure to get paint on your stamp. And then once you're done doing that, you're gonna take your stamp and then you're gonna dip it. And then you're gonna press it on to your piece of paper. Make sure to press onto your piece of paper just slightly. and then lift it up. And then you've got your design printed on your piece of paper. I've got a smiley face. Doesn't quite look like a smiley face, but that is okay. Because you know what? We love all our creations here at Monroe Street Art Center. And on that, my piece of paper, I'm gonna draw some Valentine's Day hearts because I'm feeling a little love in the air. And I'm gonna write smile. It's Valentine's Day. And yours might look a little bit different from mine, and that's absolutely okay. You don't have to write the same things I write on mine, or you don't have to design yours the same exact way. These are just examples to get your creative juices flowing. Here's what mine looks like. Now, I'm going to take another one of my Valentine's cards that I have. And for this one, I'm going to use a cookie cutter. For my cookie cutter, I've decided that I'm going to use this to make a cookie cutter print. Now I'm going to put some more paint on my palette and then put my cookie cutter into the paint. Make sure I get all the edges. And once I do that, I'm going to take it, I'm going to press it on to my paper. And my cookie cutter is in the shape of a flower. So my print is going to look like a flower. Cool. Now that I've got that, I'm going to design the flower inside of I'm going to draw petals. And I'm going to write, "You are beautiful," onto my Valentine's. And there you have it. We've made Valentine's Day cards. Now you can make more of these if you like, but you can draw whatever you want on them, and you can make any kind of prints that you'd like using any of the materials you've got in your art kit. You've got the sponge stamps, you've got your Model Magic, you can use materials like crayons, color pencils, markers, you can even use a cookie cutter if you have it. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed making these Valentine's Day cards. I know I did. Stay tuned for more from Monroe Street Art Center. Have a great day.